Okay, Jennifer, let me start with you. Your thoughts about hearing that a Sandy Hook mom from that school shooting is corresponding, speaking with the Parkland school shooter. What are your thoughts about that and the potential impact on this jury?
Hard to believe, Vinnie, that she is in touch with him, given what she apparently went through. So I can't understand the connection there, but I really, hearing about Nicholas Cruz and his background, you know, it's unfortunate, but there are a lot of people out there that have bad mothers and have mothers who take drugs and mothers who consume alcohol while their babies are in the womb. That's unfortunate. And they don't end up murdering 17 people. They're not school shooters necessarily. So, you know, I can't really feel sorry for him. And I think given some of the actions we hear about, how he's acting in jail, making terrible drawings with guns in them and pictures of devils and all kinds of things, I just don't see him reforming in any way. And I think he's very manipulative. So any conversations he's having with a person from Sandy Hook, I just can't see that it's going to do anything for him or make him a better person.
Darnell, what do you think of the impact or potential impact of his sister testifying today?
I thought it was very effective. A lot of times, like in the intro, we think that we're going to bring the person to testify with the Brooks Brothers suit, went to Yale University, and we always want that. But when you're trying to convey someone's real deep trauma, it's best to just keep them in their prison garb, to let the jury see that this is what came from this family. You either end up dead, in jail, or hurting someone else, because hurt people hurt people. And that's what the whole thing here is about. And I think when she came out and testified that Nick was in her mother's polluted womb, it made the jury feel as though it wasn't his fault. You're a baby in a womb that's polluted, and you're going to come out with deficiencies. So I differ a little bit with Jennifer in this, because it's really the fact that he's still drawing these things in jail. He's insane. He's out of his mind. That's the whole point here. So you don't, the Eighth Amendment says that, you know, you should avoid cruel and unusual punishment. Death penalty is one of those, if the person can't appreciate the extent of the punishment. And they use that for juveniles. This kid is not going to appreciate.
He admitted his guilt, though. He admitted his guilt. He was able to plead guilty and say that he did it.
Absolutely.
So now they're going to try to say, oh, well, he was just too crazy. He came from a polluted womb.
Absolutely.
So we should excuse him for that.
Absolutely. That's what the law does. So he's competent to stand trial. Well, that's fine. You can go to legislature on this one. He's competent to stand trial. He's definitely still insane. You don't have to be. And you can be competent to stand trial. You can be competent enough to plead guilty and still be insane. So I think that that's what the sister was trying to show, how insane his upbringing was. And I think she was very effective with that.
But his sister never had a relationship with him. She held him as a baby, and that was it. That was the extent of their relationship.
I would add this part. When the defense attorney said Nick, and the story about Nick's life is going to give you a reason for life, I think that was very effective. Because, again, it wasn't his fault, she's trying to say, but she's trying to say, find a reason to give life. And I think that was very effective today, the rollout.
Al, how does the jury weigh the life of a mass murderer with 17 innocent people?
Well, you know, I give the defense credit for this opening argument. I mean, they're pointing to science, philosophy, humanity, experience, and appealing to the better angels of our nature. And they're demonstrating that he's depraved because he's been deprived. He's been deprived of a good upbringing. He's been deprived of a stable life. He's been deprived of the things that we take for granted. And this is the way they have to do it. They have to do it. It's very similar to what Clarence Darrow did in Leopold and Loeb. Those two were deplorable, horrendous people. Okay, but like Darrow pointed out, look, we can study these people. We can study these two and see why they turned the way they did. Let's use this opportunity to take this individual, see if he can be rehabilitated. And if he can't be rehabilitated, what can we, he's not getting out. I mean, so we're not worried about him getting out, but to see if he can maybe make a mark or at least learn from him and learn from what caused this type of horrendous action. Killing him, we end the story. If we keep him alive, the opportunity to study this continues, and that could be helpful.
All right. We're going to leave this one there. Of course, it's continuing tomorrow.